What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Aaron back with it. Got my boy J Ryder here, 27.
What's up, y'all?
Later on in the video, I'll be sure to give him a shout out. He also has a YouTube channel. And he talks about some real stuff. He got some good couple of videos out. He has two. Unfortunately, this will be my second one. He'll be coming out with his third very soon. But yeah, today I want to be talking to you guys about something that hopefully everyone gets to come around to. Hopefully everyone gets the chance to come around to being uncomfortable. So that can mean a number of things. That can mean like physically uncomfortable, mentally uncomfortable. I can't talk right now. But just in those aspects, I'm more than sure both of us have had plenty of experiences. I'll let my boy J-Rock go first, and I'll come at you guys with some stuff that I've been thinking about and that I've been wanting to overcome. So go ahead, let them know.
What's up, guys? All right, so like you said, mentally uncomfortable. There's a lot of roadblocks that happen in life, and mentally uncomfortable, emotionally uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable. That happened a lot to me in boot camp. Like, there was a lot of instances where I found myself physically uncomfortable because it's like first time being naked with a bunch of dudes. Like, first time, so I'm like, this is awkward taco. Like, awkward taco as heck. Mentally uncomfortable. Heights. I'm scared of heights. Terrified of heights. And I want to get my jump wings at one point in my Marine Corps career. I want to get my jump wings. So in boot camp, we have this thing called the Stairway to Heaven, and you get on these like they're not 2x4s, but it's about a board that wide and probably like 8 feet long. Like about 12 feet long, about 12 feet long. And you're just going straight up in the air. You don't have harness, you don't have headgear, but if you do fall, there's like a padding that you fall on, but you most likely will knock the wind out of yourself and possibly somewhat physically injure yourself. So you're going straight up in the air. And when I got to the top, there was this senior drill instructor up there, and I was shaking. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm holding on to the board. I'm like, oh heck no. I'm looking down, looking around, he's like, quit looking around, you're scaring yourself. I was like, aye sir. And I throw my leg over, and it touches his boot. And he's like, if you touch me again, I'm gonna kick you off myself. You're not gonna fall off, I'm gonna kick you off. And I'm like, oh dear Christ, please help me. I threw my other leg over, and I just made my way down. That mentally exhausted me because I was so uncomfortable being that high off the ground without a harness. Like, it gets to you. And people who are in the Marine Corps, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, right? Dag, you know what I'm talking about, right? The Stairway to Heaven?
Oh,
exactly. So it's like, being uncomfortable, you will get used to it. Like, here at MOS school, using all these controls, having to do constant things one after another with both hands, it's kind of uncomfortable, but you have to get used to being comfortable, being uncomfortable, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So those are some of my instances. Hey, Ron, take it away.
Okay, well, I got a little funny story too about the Stairway to Heaven. So back in MCRD, San Diego, he was Delta, I was Hotel, and so he was a week ahead of me. Anyways, so it was our turn, it was our week, to do the confidence course and everything. And believe me, I'm scared shitless of heights too. For my family and friends that know that and that's seen this, they know what I'm talking about. I hate. Once I get on a roller coaster, I'm cool. Once I go through that first drop, I'm alright. Yeah, let's do it. But I hate heights. So, anyways, going to the fucking Stairway to Heaven. As I said, I'm scared shitless of heights, right? And so I'm about to go. They fuck with us. They make us run around 30 times, and then finally they'll pick someone randomly, you fucking recruit, go hit it. I'm like, alright, sir. And so as I'm going, there's already a guy up there, already just stuck there. It was my homie Ponceñero. fucking I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna try and like play it cool, like I'm not afraid, like, I'm just gonna go and do it without thinking about it. And so the funny thing about it is that he was about 10 times more scared than I was. So I got up there, I'm going out there with a good pace, I'm going like fast, and I finally get up. My boy has some tight sleeves. My boy has some tight sleeves. That's how you know you got tight sleeves. You gotta have your fellow Marines help you. Anyways, so I'm going up, and I finally get up there to the top with him, the very last log that you're supposed to get over, and then he's like, bro, like, I can't do it. Like, I'm scared as fuck. I'm about to go down the way I can. I'm like, bro, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're coming. I'm gonna go down this with you. Like, I'm gonna guide you through it. And I had to play cool, but at the same time, like, I was like, oh fuck no. Like, I looked down, like, I'm not trying to put my leg over.
Fuck no.
And then at the bottom was also a senior drill instructor from another platoon, and he was like, pull your fucking leg over, lift yourself up, pull your leg over, and get the fuck off. And I'm just like, fuck, all right, we gotta go, man. Like, there's no stopping now. Like, we gotta go and do this. He's like, no, dude. Like, I can't. Like, I'm too scared. Like, I can't get my leg over. I'm like, look, I'm gonna do it with you. We're gonna count down. We're gonna pull our leg over. So I go. I'm like, 3, 2, 1. This bitch doesn't pull his leg over. I'm the only one that goes over. And I go over the log. I have my fucking body on the log. And I'm like, you bitch. Like, you didn't fucking pull up. And then I finally got over, and then I finally told him, like, hey, like, you better get down right now with me. And he's like, you know what, all right, you're right, like, and I also need to get down. And eventually he did. But that was a situation I got comfortable with from being uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure how you say it. But, so I was obviously uncomfortable with heights, but I got up there, and I had to comfort myself to comfort my fellow Marine. And, we got through it. But another thing is, I'm uncomfortable here being around all these military people.
High ups.
In my last video, I'm pretty sure I mentioned there's Air Force here, there's Army, there's fucking Navy, and then there's us. And it's just weird seeing these other branches, and fucking. It's just weird being out here to me. I was actually just recently on FaceTime with my brother, telling him, like, this is weird to me. Like, I'm used to, like, kids outside playing. There's no kids out here. There's, like, I'm used to playing basketball with you, bro, and, like, I'm used to, like, throwing the football with, like, my little cousins. And it's just, like, it's hard to adapt and overcome. But, I'm pretty sure I'm definitely getting there. But another thing with being uncomfortable is, so we have a class advisor. He's a staff sergeant, and it's just like the way kind of being talked to. Like, I'm not comfortable with a higher up. I'm used to, like, hey, motherfucker, like, hella demanding. But here they, like, give you some type of leeway, and so it's kind of like, oh shit, like, it's cool. But then again, like, I'm like, you kind of want someone there to, like, kind of demand you. Because I guess that robot mindset is from boot camp, but still in my head a little bit. I don't know if Rodriguez here or Dag, but I think that's definitely something that I think we all got brainwashed with.
Well, but, just like the other day after the obstacle course, how Gunny was he was calling cadence. Man, most motivational thing, like one of the top motivational things after boot camp. So we did this obstacle course on Friday, and we're on our way back. He was marching us, and the way he was calling cadence, it was just, my goodness. And he had said this one thing during his cadence. It was like lean back, march from the waist down, and like you seen everybody like stand tall, lean back, freaking, and just strut. Like, oh my God, like he said, brainwashed. Like, as soon as he said that, everybody just boom and just started strutting. And I'm like, hell yeah, like, that's Marine Corps right there. That's it. This is it right here.
And for those of you who are in the Marine Corps, you guys know the difference between fucking boot camp drill and then there's MCT. I'm not sure how they do it in ITB, but there's MCT, like, they don't really give a shit, just get to the chow hall, get to this place. And then here too, like you kind of just march from place to place, and it's just like, you want to look nice and sexy, but they also like kind of lean back with it. Like in boot camp, like they're like, tight elbows, stop looking around, like. But once, like, as my boy Rodriguez had just said, like, once we heard that, it was like, ooh, shit, like, boom, boom, like, just nice-ass fucking, like, clean, crisp, like, steps. And, that was a cool thing to hear. I haven't had someone, like, a higher up like that, march us before. Ah, shit. Take that back. Graduation, gunnery sergeant. What was you guys' chief drill instructor's name? Seipel, Gunnery Sergeant Seipel, and it's anyways, just Gunnery Sergeant Kaiser's cadence was like, it was nice and clean, it was crisp, it was just that nice fucking clean ass cadence. But
Moto.
But again, with just being uncomfortable, it's a thing where it's on you, it's an individuality thing. It's not, you can't depend on really no one besides you to, like, I guess, comfort you. You want to be, if kind of you are how I am. I'm like, I don't want help. I want, I can do this myself. And I don't know if that's such a good thing or a bad thing, but I just, I would want to overcome things by myself. And, like, I did that. Like, I got this done. And, it's just, like I said, it's just one of those things where it's by yourself and, you want to feel like you got that done. So, I just kind of just want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. And, but besides that, like, we had just got done with this week. It was my first week on the tractor as the fucking LC RTF. I always fucking forget it. That's going to make me look bad. But, my boy Rodriguez had just got off the way MMVs.
MMVs, yep.
And so next he's moving on to trams, you said?
Yeah,
and
trams.
then now I'm moving on to MMVs. So, he's been a week ahead of me ever since fucking we shipped, and literally every single thing. So
I give him a little bit of knowledge that I can here and there, help him out, but not too much. Yeah. Let him learn on his own.
Yeah, no. If you're one of those guys who are, so you had just shipped, or no, I take that back. If you are an MCT or you're in your schoolhouse, like, look to those senior classes, like, ask them for help, like, because they've obviously been there before you, and, like, they know the shit that's going on. So definitely, ask them for advice. Like, that's what it was during boot camp. Like, you see them in the job, you're like, oh fuck, like, how was this week? Like, how was the gas chamber? Like, how was the confidence course? How's PT? How's all that? And, like, they helped us. Some of them were dicks. They're like, oh, bro, it's so bad. Like, you're going to hate it. It's not even that fucking bad. And then, like, same with MCT. Like, you're going to go up these hills. Well, I'm from the West Coast, so I went to Camp Pendleton for MCT. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, these hills are going to fucking suck. Like, yeah, it sucked, but it wasn't as bad as they seemed. And then here, it hasn't been, like, nearly as bad as that. But yeah, just go to those, try and go to those senior classes, ask them for help, kind of talk to them, like, pick at their brain, and, just ask them for that advice, ask them how to treat your, who's ever in charge of you guys, so your platoon sergeant, your fucking class advisor, whatever, whoever's in charge of you guys in your class, and just go at it. And just like I said, with going on with that, with being uncomfortable, get yourself in situations where you're not comfortable with. I've never fucking marched anyone, a group more than about 10 people. I got to march a fucking whole company. Well, we have a small company.
It was the whole BOP, the whole BOP. And it's about like, at the time when he marched us, it was about like 150, like almost like damn near 2, I think.
No.
Yeah, because we're at like 1 something right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was dang near like 200 people. So it's like being able to march that many people, like it's nerve-wracking because you have all the sergeants, like all the staff sergeants, like behind you, like, hey, like back up, like get to the middle of the formation, do this, do that, like make sure you get the freaking column right, like stuff like that. So it's I give him props. Like I was in the back and I was like, heck yeah. I was like, A1.
Yeah, man. Like, I was nervous as shit. I didn't know this was coming. All I heard was my staff sergeant say, "Acevedo," like fucking hit it. Like, don't threaten me with a good time, man. Like I always be singing cadence. I always like singing here, and my room was like just walking from place to place. Like I love singing that shit. But just that. But I was nervous as fuck. I was like, oh man, like. Oh, like, am I supposed to stand right here? Am I supposed to call this? Like, dress right, dress. I fucked that up. It was supposed to be at close interval, dress right, dress. I fucked that up. But after that, once I just hit that fucking forward march, just once we started going, then I started like just getting my rhythm, and I was like, okay, I'm comfortable with this. Like this is tight. And that's another thing. Like another thing I was very uncomfortable with was during the crucible. So everyone should have the opportunity and step up to be a stick. The fuck? Is that born?
Fucking
please.
square.
Anyways, so the crucible. I think that's really when my leadership skills came out, because I was never really the one to step up and be like. I was always one in the back, like I'll chill back here, like I'll just like kind of go through the motions, but then. No one wanted. It was like the last event, and no one wanted to step up. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, man. Well, actually, before that, like my staff sergeant bro, cool ass, good, like one of the best drill instructors. Like, obviously, I've only had a couple, but he was my favorite drill instructor. He was like a badass dude, like, and he really cared about Marines. But anyways, besides that, so he was like. No, at first he was like, all right, who wants to be squad leader now? And like no one raised their hand. He's like, okay, I remember something like that didn't fucking happen. And like when I asked for a squad leader, everyone should fucking raise their hands. Everyone should fucking come sprinting to me to be a squad leader. And he was like pissed, and I was like, man, you know what? Like he's right. At the time I was still like, you know what, nah, like I'm too nervous. Like I've never done this before. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna ask again. And that's when I didn't even think about it. I just literally ran up to him and was like this recruit like wants to be a squad leader, sir. And then he's like, all right, hit it. And so we walk. Let me rephrase that. We walk to every station or drill there is, whatever. You're sprinting that bitch. You're speed. You're speed walking that bitch. And all the drill instructors are tall and shit with long ass strides, and it's tough.
Then you have people like us from the Central Valley who have legs like this long.
Yeah, man. But so everyone's like walking in like their columns, right? And then if you're a stick leader, you're running up and down that bitch like, let's go, like stay up, keep it tight, fucking stay in step. And it's just like, fuck, like I was so uncomfortable at that moment. But as we were just going, as I said, as you're going through the motions, just go through it, like just. I don't know, fucking shallow buff that bitch, just do it. But like honestly, if you're scared to do something, no, I completely understand. I'm pretty sure more than half of the Marine Corps understands that. Half the service, like they're scared. Like you're scared to enlist. You're scared to just go and talk to a recruiter. You're scared to go to boot camp. You're scared to like do an obstacle. You're scared to fucking go up a hill. You're scared to put on a pack, shoot a rifle for your first time. It's just go and do it, dude. Like once you get a couple rounds off, once you start hiking with that pack for a little bit, once you start just getting yelled at for a little bit, I'm not saying get comfortable with it, but like it's a controlled chaos which is what they would say in boot camp. Mm-hmm. And it's just like. Just don't be nervous, have confidence in what you're doing, and just, I don't know, fucking hit that shit. Like that's where a lot of my confidence came, and I'm just like, you know what, like, give me that opportunity. Like I want it. I was a class leader. I fucked up. I got fired, but I'm getting that shit back. Like I don't care. Like I'm grinding to get that back. I'm putting out in PT. I'm trying to study. I'm trying to like. Study my MOS as much as I could to get a good GPA. So basically, I want that Lance Corporal. I want that responsibility. I want that next step. I'm hungry, and it's just gonna show in the end, and I hope it does at least. And if not, then that just shows how much harder I need to work. So yeah, man, I guess I can close it right there. It's you know, if you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe if you haven't. Fucking leave a comment on what you want to see. Some type of PT video, some type of I don't know, in the gym, something to talk about. I'd be more than happy to talk about it and come up with videos like that. So that you guys want. So at that, I'll leave it right there. And all right, coming from Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, Aaron, boy J-Ron. All right, then peace.
No, I was gonna fucking.
Oh, what are we gonna do?